You up? You ready? Let's go, y'all. Your boy Jabari Warfield in the building along with Dab Dub and Simply Courtney. It's a Wednesday edition of the Morning Grind. 7:31. Time to get it on, man. August is already on, just about her.
Yep.
I was like, wait a minute. The summer just started. What happened, man?
It's gone. It's gone, man.
Man, come on, son. I need some more summer. I need about 8 more. If we getting 6 more weeks of winter when Punxsutawney Phil come out, can we get 6 more weeks of summer?
Oh, look at you,
Come
man.
on, son.
You know about the East Coast bandit Punxsutawney? Man, he be causing trauma, man.
So wait, if he
up.
sees the shadow, more winter, or
Yeah. So if he sees the shadow, it's 6 more weeks of winter.
right?
But we need something like if somebody see their shadow, we get 6 more weeks of summer.
Okay.
Like cancel school, all of that.
That's
Okay.
easy. If,
Okay, I like that.
who does this summer belong to? I'm gonna say it either belongs to DJ Jazzy Jeff from Fresh Prince,
Yeah.
or Megan Thee Stallion, Hot Girl Summer. So
Oh.
one of them are gonna have to step out, and they're gonna have to be the spokesperson if they see their shadow, or if they glisten in the sun in the first 5 minutes. I mean, how are we gonna do it?
Give it to Meg. Just give it to Meg, man. Just cancel that.
Right.
Give it to Meg, please. No. Meg is, you know what I love about Meg? Not only is she fine, she went to college.
Yes, it is.
Oh.
She got her degree, and then she told everybody, guess what? I went to college, got my degree.
Surprise!
I don't care if it was an underwater basket weaving, man.
Don't matter.
When somebody got the heart to go back to school and say, you know what, I'm out here doing my thing. Y'all see me getting this money. Y'all see me getting all this shine. But my education is gonna top all of that.
Man,
All of
okay.
that.
Well, I gotta give you the barbershop view.
Talk about it.
For the brothers in the shop. Hey, the barbershop ain't open this early anyway, though, right? Ain't nobody.
Mine was.
never open this early.
Shout out to mine.
But
Mine
for
was
those on the
definitely-
way to the barbershop, like you right now, you awake, but you know by about 10:30 you'll be at the barbershop.
Right.
I gotta come back, and I appreciate that you took the high road, brother.
Yes,
but
sir.
I gotta give you the barbershop
Come
view.
on with it. Come on.
What I like about Megan is that she's not BBL. It's all real.
Yeah.
And she works out. Like her social media, she be up in the gym.
Yes,
Yep.
you do.
Working on her fitness, and I respect that.
Yeah.
That she is working. Like she could go out here and look like she can go run a 5K and do good work, and she's in that gym working on that.
Doing her thing. Yeah.
And that's how you stay on top.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
So I appreciate that.
Sure. Yeah, we were just talking to Mike Hughes last week about fitness and incorporating
Yes.
it. You know, at whatever age, and of course, you know, Mike and Meg are in 2 different generations, but they're both focused on fitness because they know at
Yes.
some point that's going to make them better performers. It's going to make them better people, and it's going to give inspiration to everybody else who's seeing them do their thing.
Yeah.
So I'm good with that.
That was tough for you, Simply Courtney.
Heck yeah.
When I saw your reaction. The FCC won't let you be, brother.
No, man, but you know it's cool.
Yeah.
It's great.
Hey, we got a few topics we got to get to today, and we're having a guest. You said 2?
Yes, sir.
Ow.
Okay, so later on, I know, man.
Is it
I
me?
know.
Am I the guest?
Nah, brother.
No. You
A
A guest
you
is
just-
I got
someone you
happy.
look forward to.
Oh, I
and
thought I didn't
enjoy.
know. I didn't know if maybe it was
Nah,
me. I
you-
could go sit in the other chair
You're
on the
the
other
cousin
side.
that they keep bringing to the house.
I just come back in with a different wig on or some sunglasses.
Wait,
Like,
it's too early for the
guest
shade,
is
man. We
me.
just
Oh,
started
it's too
the
early.
show.
Hey,
You-
that meter's already on. Hey, didn't I get him when he walked through the door?
Yeah, you got him.
Off air. I was
But-
like, they let you in?
hey, they said the guest is the acting police chief.
Oh, no.
Simply, and I walk in, it's me.
Well, yeah, because you acting. You didn't actually
I'll
get the
take
job,
that.
but you acted.
I'll
act
take
like-
acting police chief, okay? You know what? I got this substitute police chief. Who's the new person? I'll talk to him and be like, hey, you have a day that you need off.
Right.
Holla at me.
Yeah,
That's
exactly.
it. Substitute.
Like an honorary police
Like an
chief.
honorary police chief, yeah.
Yeah.
Give me the handcuffs to the city or
No,
something.
no,
I don't
no,
know.
no,
I don't know how that works.
Courtney, we can't give you that.
Let me get the mace to the city. the nightstick to the city.
No,
There you go.
No, I'm not. No, Jabari.
What?
This guy with a nightstick.
I got it.
Yeah,
the
that's true,
taser
yeah.
to the city. Let me get
Taser,
the
yeah, there you go.
to the
Jabari,
Taser.
you are going. Are you okay? Did you drink your coffee yet?
I'm working on it right now.
Because
son.
you are giving this brother some tools of destruction and
Ooh,
mayhem.
I like that.
There's nothing more funny than a comic turned loose with tools of destruction.
I like all of
But
this.
he's not a hey, what's them comics called? What's the
Prop
comics
comic.
that, yeah, he's not a prop comic.
I
You give him
can
too
be.
many props.
This is true. Yeah.
I'll
yeah.
take the props, baby. Break them off properly. Get it?
I said I
That
like
was a
that.
joke.
Yes,
I like
sir.
that.
Yes, sir.
I made that joke by myself.
Nice. All by yourself?
proud
I'm
of
so
myself.
proud. Are you proud of yourself, sir?
I am.
And you should be, brother. This early in the morning.
That's all I'm doing.
Oh my goodness!
But before you were intelligently
interrupted. Yeah, exactly.
You see, we got to keep us on the high road, Courtney.
Exactly.
But go ahead, brother. You were saying we got some people coming.
Yeah, man. We got PT with the T coming
Yay.
back.
It's about to be fire.
Oh, yeah, it's going to be crazy. PT with the T is coming back right around the 8 o'clock time frame.
Okay.
And later on this morning, about 9 o'clock, we're going to talk to the folks at the Mexic-Arte Museum. They've got a great event. It's a banner reveal that's going to be celebrating the rich history of Republic Square Park in partnership with the Downtown Austin Alliance. And the folks from the Mexic-Arte Museum are going to join us at 9 this morning to talk about their event happening later on. And, of course, we got all kinds of crazy stuff that the trio are going to we just gonna get.
We got
have
topics, man.
Yeah, we just gonna have fun.
It's been a busy week.
Yeah, bro. Yeah, man. Hey, you know what? I got 2 words. Simone Biles.
Hey,
good night.
If you don't know, now you know.
Yep.
Because if you didn't, I mean, you know. You sometimes you need the recency bias, but if you slept on any of the previous Olympics, if you tired of hearing about her, tell me you didn't. Call up 512-836-2887.
There you go.
Go back and look at it before you call and tell me you were not impressed by not only comparing her, but you got to go look at some other competitors.
Yeah.
And you see the degree of difficulty, the athleticism is different, son.
Brother, yeah.
Athletes.
Yeah, she's from a different planet, man.
Gifted.
She's from a different planet.
I bet she could dunk.
Of course, with her feet.
At 4'8".
With her feet.
We were so impressed with Spud Webb. Have y'all seen on social media?
I was watching Spud Webb
12
last
feet
night.
tall.
Yeah.
She gets up to 12
Oh,
feet.
I saw that. Yeah. For real.
Wow.
She
That's
could
a
dunk
butter
with her
rim.
foot. She could dunk with her foot.
And I would like to see that.
Yeah.
That'd be an interesting commercial with like her and Shaq doing a dunk contest.
Yes.
Agreed.
and she could do the same dunk because she probably got small hands.
Yeah.
So she got to cup it like Spud Webb. That's good because that's why he cupped it.
Right.
Or it's got to be above the rim and he just tap it in. But nah, I'm good. I'm good with it.
That's wild. That was the last clips I was watching before I went to bed last night. I was watching Spud Webb, in-game blocks, dunks, all that stuff. And it was really dope considering that guy's from Dallas. Shout out to D-Town.
Yep.
Yes,
He
sir.
was getting up in the game. And like the very first clip, it's him in college. And he punches it was a putback. And it's Michael Jordan in North Carolina.
Yeah.
He
Because
dunked
he was
on
at
Michael-
North Carolina State.
Yeah, he dunked on Michael Jordan in the first clip. And I was like, yo,
Yep.
5'7".
Dang.
What's up?
That's crazy.
Yeah.
And the dunk on Jordan, too.
Yeah.
That's what he was listed at, 5'7".
That's,
Really?
you know,
Really?
they said that in the comments. Everybody was
'Cause-
speculating because I've ran into NBA players before.
Yeah.
that are listed like 6'4", 6'5", and I'm like looking down at them. I'm like,
Uh-huh.
I am 6'3", and I say I'm 6'3". I'm really like 6'2" and some whatever
And
the
some
quarters
change.
are.
Yeah.
But it's just rounded up to 6'3" to make it.
Right,
but when I run into these 6'4" dudes, man, I'm like, hey, are you sure you 6'4"?
Right, exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's always a misnomer. You just want to walk around with a measuring tape in your back
I
pocket.
got
and say,
one in my backpack, and I'm tempted to use
Somehow I
it.
knew-
Courtney,
somehow I knew that was happening.
We got to do this, Courtney.
What?
Jabari.
Yes, sir.
How tall are you? And then how tall do you tell people you are?
Oh, that's a good one.
Ooh, I'm to be honest, like exact.
Yeah.
I'm 5'11 3/4.
Okay.
I tell everybody I'm 6.
Ah, there he does.
Because it is though, but it's 6 though.
Yeah,
Like,
it is
when
6.
you gotta say 5'11 3/4, people doing math and
Yeah.
get confused.
Yeah.
I'm like, man, 6 foot, dude.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And he said that straight too. Like
I
he
did.
was-
I
Look,
did.
could you see him? He's at the hotel lobby.
Uh-huh.
It's happy hour.
Yeah.
There's some baddies up in there.
Yeah.
He stroll over.
Yeah.
And then he says, "What's up, girl?"
Yeah.
The 6-foot assassin rolled over.
I wouldn't even if I'm at the bar, I ain't even hating. I'm like, yep, that's him.
Exactly. Well, you know what? Either way, my math is always mathing. So there you go. Let's get to the mix, y'all. It's 88.7 KZI. It's
Summerfest, don't be depressed. Oh, don't you be depressed. I can't wait.
that's gonna be crazy.
I want to go now. Can we just start it right now?
We can just turn. Okay, I'll just turn the music. I'll just turn the music off, and we'll just go right now.
I'm going to Summerfest because I
Turn
don't
music.
listen. If you don't come to Summerfest, I'm trying to be politically correct here. If you do not come to Summerfest, what is wrong with you?
What are you doing?
If you're not gonna come to Summerfest, why are you even here? Like Summerfest, Summerfest, 42 years. Oh, you
yes.
don't like people that are 42 years old? What are you, ages? Go to
Right.
Summerfest. What's wrong with you?
Exactly.
Go to Summerfest. It ain't even gonna be that hot. And I heard it's inside.
That's true.
It's inside. It ain't even outside. What's your excuse?
Exactly. You got no
Go
excuse.
to the indoor Summerfest, Doris Mill Auditorium. Did I get it right?
Yes, sir.
And I heard it's going to be Rochelle McConico and Simply Courtney as the host. So here's the deal. You either are ageist or you possibly against happy. So you happiest, I think is the word. I don't even think that's a real word. But you know what? You get the point. Come to Summerfest.
Well, I'm asking for a friend. Yeah. There going to be some baddies out there.
Yeah, I'm bringing 5.
Get some numbers.
I'm bringing 5. PT, I'm bringing 5 baddies. I'm bringing them.
Well, that's what they want to know. Where they
I'm bringing them.
Exactly.
Bring them out. Bring them out. Bring them out.
Yeah, who going to be there?
Yes, sir.
Because that's what, whenever somebody invites you somewhere, what was our people,
who all gonna be
we always got to ask that question.
Us.
And then the next thing, especially if you in a group with the fellas, what's the first thing the fellas want to know?
Some ladies there.
Hey, that's what we gotta know.
Summer dresses, dog.
Oh,
summer dress. Wait, what's the one that we like? I think it's called summer dress.
Sundress.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Forget that. We need to plan this accordingly.
Okay.
So we need to get pedicure, manicure before.
Okay,
check. And then go ahead and make sure that them legs are glistening, just like smooth.
Check.
Go ahead and book your little wax
this ain't
appointment.
For me, is it?
No. It ain't for you.
I got this.
I'm just trying to tell everybody, plan accordingly.
Oh,
so that you can step up out there, because we're gonna have social media. We taking all these pictures, and in that beautiful sundress, if I see them hairy legs, just saying.
We in Austin.
Now some people don't shave.
We in Austin.
But if you are the type that does shave, you need to be on your game. So I'm talking to the people that want to be on their game. Man, be on your game.
Can they put stockings on and still come out?
Only if we're about to have an outside church service.
I mean, I've seen some cute women pull off
Sister
stockings
Jenkins
before.
gonna be out there in her
I've
stockings.
seen some 30-year-olds pull off sexy stockings before.
In the heat, like outdoors.
Maybe not in the heat.
You never know.
We ain't outside though.
At a Summerfest.
You only outside in the parking lot.
I mean, I can see if we had a conference in the conference room at a board meeting.
I'm just saying.
And the girl from the regional office come through.
How about this? Since you know about this, do fishnets count as stockings?
Oh,
ooh, son,
fishnets.
Yeah, dude.
Black pantyhose,
right?
Where you can see them legs, flowing through them
Yeah,
hoes.
yeah,
baby, it does.
Already.
Jabbar, you know that. He got that lyric. Young Buck, look those lyrics up.
Okay.
See? Look, he don't know that one.
No,
he'll know about it though.
We may have to play
know about it.
He before the end of the day he'll know about it.
Exactly. I like that.
If you don't know, you gonna know.
Man.
For real. All right, let's take a break and come back. PT with the T. Doing what we do. Dap Dub, Simply Courtney, also in the building. And
drum roll, please.
Oh my goodness, this gentleman came and hung out with us. It was a while back. Took him a minute to get back here as hurricanes and stuff keeping him away and all kinds of things. But ladies and gentlemen, we are definitely blessed and favored to have the one, the only PT with the T in the building.
What's up, everybody? I am so glad to be back. Listen, y'all, that hurricane say you ain't going nowhere.
Yeah.
And you know what? My lights didn't even go out.
Seriously?
Wow. No, my lights didn't go out.
There was a lot of folks that lost power.
Yeah, a lot of people did. But listen, I was blessed to
have
my lights. What is going on? Listen, I'm glad to be back. What's up, everybody out there? I'm PT. I'm ready to give y'all the tea. Are y'all ready for it?
Bring the tea. Bring the tea.
This is really sad. Now, I happened to be strolling, minding my business this morning. And it was sad news to report that Mama D is in the hospital. Yeah, Scrappy's mom. Yeah. And she was saying something about her blood pressure, but the people on the social media are saying other things. They saying karma, which is because she went in on Bambi and stuff like that. Mm-hmm. And it's alleged that he might be having a baby on the way. So it's just a big mess going on with all of that. And of course, they are recording the Love and Hip Hop right now. All that's going on too. It's just a big mess.
It's a lot.
Yeah.
It's a lot, man. Woo-wee.
We just got and they're telling her, you need to just calm down. You're at an age now, you don't need to be stressing out. But then again, a lot of people don't know this might just be for TV. I hope it ain't.
This is true.
Because she was in the hospital. She was in there.
Stress ain't nothing to play with, bro.
Yeah, ain't nothing to play with.
You know what I'm saying?
But it might be a baby on the way, so
Again, I say stress ain't nothing to play with. If you ain't ready for them kids, boy, you better get ready.
Speaking of drama. Now Tiffany Haddish, she's back on the airways again. The people are talking about her. She went over to the motherland, Africa. And she was inside, she was inside this store, and she was like, "Oh my God, look, y'all! They got this in the store. They got this in the store." And all I've been told about Africa is, babies with big stomachs and flies and all that, and they are getting her together on social media. Can't you believe?
She's gonna catch it.
I can't believe she said that. I'm like, come on, Tiffany Haddish, come on now.
Yeah, the last thing we need is anyone going over to Mother Africa and perpetuating any stereotype.
She said that's all she's ever known, but come on now.
But see, that's a hint. Here's the thing about that, T, is that's if Africa was so desolate, there wouldn't be no diamonds coming out of it. There wouldn't be no coffee coming out of it. There wouldn't be no elephant tusks coming out of it, and there wouldn't be no Afro beats coming out of it. There would be nothing. Okay, come on.
And there's this whole thing called Nollywood, right? That's how productive Nigerian cinema is. Nollywood. So it's on and popping over there.
Well, I hope she's not drinking again, because she had a little drinking problem there for a while. So.
Yes.
She didn't look like she had been drinking, but you just never know. So y'all just keep her lifted up, okay?
Yes, sir.
Oh my God, we got to talk about Megan Thee Stallion. As you guys know, she was at the Kamala Harris deal they had the other day, and they said she was twerking. So what do y'all think about that? I didn't see her twerking, but they said she was twerking.
I didn't say. You guys see?
Here's what I got to tell you: twerk out the vote.
What? Do what you got to do to get him to the polls, right? Yeah.
Like Diddy said, twerk or die.
There you go.
Or did she confuse that this was an event about the polls or getting people to the polls? The pole dancing. I don't know. Look, if you're on brand, I'm okay with it.
Right.
To draw eyes, to draw attention. What did we ever expect? And I know we were highlighting her a little earlier. Do we ever expect her to get an honorary doctorate from a university or anything like that? Like, these are our lanes. And literally, she puts cheeks in seats. I'm okay with it. I'm all right with it.
I think, you know what, and y'all heard it because we were talking about Meg earlier. I don't know if you heard it. We were talking about Meg, and I think one of the great things about her is that she did go back to college. She did get a degree, and she didn't do it in secret. She said, "I'm going back to college. I'm getting my degree, even though y'all see me out here shining." But yeah, you got to. I think with Kamala Harris, the situation that she's in is that she has to be very careful about. Not who she has, but what gets done. Right. There's nothing wrong with having Meg up there. Meg is a very intelligent, beautiful black woman. There's nothing wrong with that. At some point, you don't want to give, Republicans and people who don't like her, you don't want to give them any more fuel, because they already, they're already talking about her, calling her the DEI vice president, which is not only insulting to black people, it's also insulting to the Indian side of her. So you just insulted two races of people swinging with that. Okay, so people need to. It's. I didn't see it, but I guess we'll have to.
I can tell you this here: she's fully clothed dancing. And here's the deal, man. Anytime a black person, black woman at that, dances and they're curvy, it looks provocative. It looks vulgar. If it was some real thin string bean up there that was dancing the same way that Meg was dancing, wouldn't have been no kind of problem. That's like a lot of the cheerleaders. You ever go look at the cheerleaders in professional sports? They're real thin. They could do any dance move they want, and it's not that bad. But if you put a curvy sister out there or a Latina out there, it's going to look like it's the BET Source Awards, whatever it was back in the day, because BET Awards now is different. No, actually, no. BET Awards now is pretty crazy from what I saw. I watched the Sexy Red performance. Let me not walk back on that statement. No, it looks like the BET Awards, And what it is that anything, to Jabari's credit, anything that black people do that the other side don't like, they're going to highlight it. They're going to say it's vulgar, it's wrong, it's uneducated, it's unethical. And I'm like, no, man, we celebrating too. Y'all just ain't got the rhythm to celebrate like we do. There you go. That's the real I'm going to stop.
And she had really toned it down. Like, she really did tone it down. Right. And she looked nice. She looked really, really nice.
She was a little what's it called, a blazer and a little
blue blazer.
Yes.
Oh, yeah, she was representing.
You go, Megan. We love you over here at KCI.
Business casual stallion.
Yup.
You ready for some more?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes,
Bring it
sir.
on.
Bring it on. I know you got some more.
Yeah, this is breaking news. Now, I don't know if you guys heard this or not, but there is a memoir that supposedly, allegedly, that was leaked, and it said that Kim Porter had posted that P. Diddy allegedly had threw a chair at her and broke her arm.
Yikes.
Dang.
Yes.
Woo.
That's something.
Where was this? Where did this come from again?
This came from sandarose.com. Yes. I don't know, y'all.
You know what, man? After
He still ain't arrested.
yeah, thank you. Well, and that's interesting too. And I think I have a theory as to why they haven't gotten him yet. I'll tell you that in a second. One of the things I think that after seeing that video with Cassidy, with him, it's like anything is possible.
Anything's possible.
Right,
yes.
right. And I don't think they've arrested him yet because one of the things they raided both houses at the same time, right? And they did that for one of the reasons they did this because they didn't want anybody to have any chance to grab anything that, with any information on it.
Yeah.
And so with that, at some point it's about looking at hundreds of hours, thousands of hours of surveillance video.
Yes.
Who came into the house? What did they do? Were they underage? What did they participate in? Was anybody assaulted? Was anybody hurt? Was anything brought into the house illegally? Because if they don't lock him down on that, at some point he's going to be able to walk free. That's true. Right? So they have to do a thorough I mean, you're talking, again, thousands of hours of surveillance stuff. You know what I'm saying? And with Kim Porter, I agree with you.
Yeah. What do you think about this stuff going on with him having to do with Tupac's murder? That's another thing that's going around too.
Allegedly.
Yes.
Allegedly.
Yes.
Allegedly. You know what?
Yeah.
You know what?
The underpinnings of Sean Combs. His short temper. Everything is lining up. All the artists that have come out and no longer want to work with them, want to deal with them, who are still alive.
Yeah.
Going back to that
South
Tupac
Murder
thing.
Mace.
So if everyone has nothing but bad things to say about their time with them, and now that they're gone, that proves it all right there. I mean, how controlling do you have to be to still not give someone their rights? And then when you finally give it to them 20, 25 years later, man, we done missed out on 25 years worth of, that's a quarter century worth of money. So, it's all lining up.
It's a situation with him, and I don't know about the memoir. Do you know, P, if that's a memoir that's out, or is that
Unreleased.
something that's coming out? Unreleased.
It's an unreleased.
So this is somebody
memoir.
that's read it already, I guess?
An anonymous source.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So she has a I'm trying to make sure I get the word, a posthumously released memoir coming?
She never got to release it.
Oh.
And remember, she's only been dead for 6 years. So
Yeah.
she wanted to release this, and then
not
circumstances
released at all.
surrounding her demise are, let's just say, they're sketchy.
Oh, wow.
We're a little confused about circumstances surrounding her death.
Right.
So she didn't get to release that.
Right.
And if he got wind that her memoir was coming out and how scathing it was going to be 6 years ago before stuff blew up now, what do? You got to take out the problem.
So do you feel like I mean, obviously they were no longer together, so that's already one answer there. Were they in like a amicable situation, I guess, at the time of her passing?
By most accounts, no. He was still petty, which I don't even know why he's got to be petty, because he was still Diddy. He was still big time.
And they got those twins together.
But he's such it's his nature. He's so controlling, and he doesn't want her to outshine or shine.
Right.
And I wanted to talk about those type of brothers anyway a little bit later. But that's a bad situation.
Interesting.
It is.
It is. Okay, we're gonna go to break in just a minute. T, give me some PT. Give me something else. Real quick.
I got you. Well, I don't know if y'all heard this or not, but of course, Young Thug is still locked up, and they're saying that he wanted to get a bond. They changed judges, but it looks like he's gonna be in there for a while. What do y'all think about that?
Man, that has been a crazy situation, bro.
I
thought that had been done by now.
No, he's still locked up.
Even the OJ trial didn't take this long.
All I want to know is his lawyer still locked up with him?
I want to know that.
No, I'm sure he's out.
Did he get out yet? Because he was going to do it. He was going to serve. I don't know how long it was, but he wasn't going to serve it continuously. He would come in on the weekends. So he was a weekend warrior. So he comes on the weekends, gets locked up, then gets out, then comes back but
Work
I mean,
release.
he still. Hey, I still want. That's the lawyer you want, though.
Wow.
Yeah, it is.
That's the lawyer you want.
I'm calling Thomas J. Henry. I want this over and done now. Okay.
I don't know about y'all, but I'm calling Funk, man. I want the dude with the dreadlocks.
Yeah.
Cut him
Exactly. Yep.
I want Young Thug's lawyer.
Oh my God. Oh my God. All right, y'all. More with PT with the
All
T.
right, we'll be back.
A very special guest this morning here on 88.7 FM KAZI. Stick around, y'all. We got more. Bye. Oh my goodness. 702.
I was going to say 702.
702, son.
Yeah.
And that's Stilo. That's Stilo. What's up, y'all? 832 here on 88.7 FM KAZI. This is the Wednesday edition of the Morning Grind. Your boy Jabari Warfield, Dab Dub, Simply Courtney. PT with the T is also hanging out with us, dropping it.
What's up?
Dropping it. Yes, sir. So real quick, want to say happy birthday to Austin's very own Kid Jones.
Yeah.
Celebrated the birthday as of 24 hours ago. And also to one of the finest women I think the planet has ever had.
Who?
Jane Kennedy.
Oh.
Yeah, see, Jane Kennedy's old school.
Yeah.
But when she's still beautiful.
Okay.
Yeah, she is.
At the top of her game,
Yeah.
frightening.
Yeah.
Just frightening. Just didn't make no sense how beautiful this woman was. Oh, my Lord.
I saw a clip of her on the Love Boat, right? Is that what that was? The
Yes,
Love
sir.
Boat?
Yes, sir.
She came through in that two-piece dang thing. Go ahead.
No.
Two-piece joint. What's the
We going to have to come back
Yeah.
and we're going to have to do the top five.
Top five?
To include of all time.
All time.
Because, sometimes, like I said, recency bias.
Okay.
You're going to bring these, but we got some timeless beauty.
Okay.
We're going to get to that one later.
I'm going to get my phone ready then.
that
I'm
one
going to
later.
Google all of
But
it.
Jane Kennedy, she from where I'm from, though. She from the DMV. She was born in the DMV. She's one of us.
Yeah.
Back east.
Yeah.
Lord have mercy.
Yeah.
We're going to get to it.
Yep, I can see that happening.
That's before my time, but dang it, I got Google.
Thank God for Google.
Thank God for Google, man.
Yeah, I'm telling you.
Lord have mercy.
Yes. PT with the T is back in the building. Glad to have you in,
I
man.
am so glad to be back. Listen, I told you, for those who didn't hear earlier, that hurricane wore me out.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now you did have electricity. Some folks didn't.
I did have electricity. Yes,
Okay.
I did.
How are your people though? How are you rest of
Everybody was good. Yeah, everybody was good. Yeah, the apartments across from me, they didn't have electricity, so they was coming over, getting in our pool and everything, and we was giving them water, taking care of them and stuff. Yeah, but I'm good. Yeah.
So PT didn't lose
And
electricity.
by the way, happy belated birthday to me.
Oh yes.
Hey,
birthday.
I turned 21.
Nice. Again?
You do something
cocktails
for
tonight, then.
Yeah.
Yes, sir. No, let's do cocktails right now.
On the air? I know you always have that
Nobody's
on the air
listening.
show.
Okay, Tiffany.
Wow.
Okay, Tiffany had it.
That pivot was serious. What do you mean tonight? Right now? Sir, it's 8:35.
It's 5 o'clock somewhere.
I
though.
knew that was coming.
And the Paris Olympics is drinking
You better
time.
stop.
Oh, yeah.
You better stop.
We not driving.
I'm not driving.
We not operating heavy machinery.
my
Where's the liquor at?
Wow.
Pour it up, pour it up.
Let's go.
Ding, 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 ding.
This
Some
man
Diddy
said
juice.
it's 5 o'clock in Paris.
Fine, we'll put some orange juice in it.
Oh
Yeah,
my
we go.
God.
Yeah,
Is
yeah.
that better at 8:30 in the
drop
morning? Does that help?
Mimosa.
Yeah, there we go.
There
we
you go. Mimosa.
Put some coffee. Put mine in my coffee.
Oh wow.
Remember Cat Williams said he had a drink where he was so drunk that he couldn't stay awake, but he couldn't pass out.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
Sambuca, I think it was something like that.
Oh wow. It was tore up from the flow up.
Yes, sir.
PT. So you didn't lose electricity. That's what happens. You got the house on the hill, and I'm glad you came down the hill. You helped out the commoners. You said,
Well, they passing out them FEMA checks, but I ain't gonna get one. And I ain't gonna try to get one either, because I ain't trying to get locked up.
"Oh no."
Okay.
I hear you on that.
Yeah, we don't need no retribution. Like, hey, let me get that back. Let me get that
Exactly.
check back.
Yeah.
Oh, it's spent. It's
Yeah,
spent, officer. It's
yes,
gone.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
All right, drop some tea on us, bro.
Ooh, y'all, this is so sad. Oh my God, this is sad. LL Cool J wants the rappers to stop rapping about money.
No, come on.
Yes. What do y'all think about that? Ain't that a mess? Didn't he rap about money?
Well, let me
All the
stop.
old schoolers, because we old.
Okay.
We
So
old
what is
school.
it? What's the T, as they say? Why you want them to stop rapping and you rap? We got you where you at, LL Cool J.
Yeah, money makes the world go round. I'm all right with rapping about money because it's the American dream, and that's what we're built on, capitalism. And so we trying to get that. So if you talking about dreams, then yeah, I'm dreaming, I'm working towards, I'm trying to get it, or I put a lot of money into this studio recording, producer time to shoot this video.
Right. They're rapping about pride, man. I mean, I don't like the idea of policing what people rap about, because he also made some comments about, I think, 3 Stacks or whatever recently about that, like, because I think 3 Stacks said old dudes don't want to rap about stuff or something like that, and then LL was like, well, man, you just don't want to rap. You don't want to rap, just say that. And I was like, dude, I don't think you should police what other people rap about. Like, let them rap about it. Now, you rap about what you want to rap about.
Man, I'm gonna rap about what I want to rap
that
about.
part, I just don't, I don't believe in. As a comic, I don't like when other comics tell comics what they can tell jokes about. Right. And so when it comes to music, I don't think you should be policing what other people can perform, you know?
Right. And ain't nobody going to tell me how to do the tea.
Yeah.
Okay.
What tea to drop and not to drop?
Drop it on.
Right. Oh, y'all, now this is crazy. Now, allegedly, R. Kelly wants the Supreme Court, and they've been doing all this other stuff. Now, he wants the Supreme Court to drop out his conviction. Can you believe that?
No. Why? On what grounds?
Well, you know, they might. They've been doing all this other crazy stuff.
Yeah, but on what grounds?
Well, this is what he said. This is what's in the news.
No, man, no. See, here's the thing. He pulled. He kept people against their will.
He did.
Okay, you know what I'm saying? And he got away with it for so long.
But that's and because of that, that's what his appeal is based on, the statute of limitations. So
Really?
he's saying this is stuff from back then, and we talking about like right now when y'all finally caught me. So he's talking the statutes of limitations, and if his attorney and that's actually a pretty solid base to start from, and that. Hey, I'm pretty confident. I'm feeling confident for him. Seriously.
He tried everything. He tried COVID, everything. He still got locked up.
No, man.
He said I had COVID. They still got him locked up. You know.
No, just give him a studio and a tape recorder. Don't even give him nothing digital. Just give him one of them big analog 2-reel tape recorders from back in the '70s and say, here, go do your thing. Because he got away. He turned so many lives upside down, you know, of kids. Not just, you know, I mean, we're talking, I mean, you know, it's different. I don't want to say it's different. You know, at some point, I know there are a lot of record executives that have taken advantage of people, money-wise and other kind of favors, you know. But, you know, this is a guy who not only went and disrupted and really just kind of just turn the minds upside down of children. There were a lot of black women involved. A lot of black women involved. So, you know, and so why would you take your talent? And I'm gonna tell you right now, I'm so pissed at this brother. And the reason I'm so upset with him is because, you know, we've lost so many great ones. We've lost, you know, Prince. We've lost, you know, Whitney. We've lost Luther. We've lost Michael. You know, and I'm like, okay, who's going to carry the musical torch? And if anybody could carry the musical torch, it's R. Kelly. There are people cutting for R. Kelly right now. It's like they don't care what he did. And the brother's got a catalog that is so crazy. I mean, it's like, dude, why would you put yourself in a position of just ruining your career? You know, God gave you a gift that is just so incredible. And it you know, not only is it make me upset, it hurts my heart. It hurts my heart that you would even go there.
Well, I guess we're just going to have to pray for R. Kelly. We're going to pray for all other parties involved.
This is true. Everybody getting.
Well, speaking of praying, did y'all hear the latest about, we just got through talking about Megan Thee Stallion. Well, supposedly the driver, they're saying they had some new evidence and that Tory Lanez may be getting off. I don't know if y'all heard about that.
Really?
I was just thinking about it when y'all started talking.
But of course, now what I'm reading here is they said that the judge rejected the request to submit the new evidence. So I don't know.
Because this is the discovery situation, right?
So Tory, just make your music. You know, he put out some new. Just talk about some new music. He just sit down there for a while. Keep putting out your new music. You'll be just fine.
He just put out another project in jail. Like this is
this
is the real thing. When you started talking, as soon as you started talking, I was like, wait a minute,
do that. You know, I ain't never been to jail.
I'll show you. I'll show you. No, I'm serious.
Yeah, but how did he get a See, I've never been to jail.
Right. Well, apparently Snoop Dogg cut the original version of Nothing But a G Thing in jail.
Okay.
Oh, wow.
Something like that.
I can help y'all out with this. Let me go and help y'all with this. So my dad was a deputy sheriff.
Come on.
Okay.
And all I can tell you is that there are people that work to control those that are locked up, but they enable, they help, and you know. For to allow people opportunities to step outside of the building and be escorted and then brought back in, that happens even back then too. So that's another reason. So you're still in jail, but if you were allowed some access to outside of those four walls and then to be brought back in, technically you're still in jail.
Man, Lil Wayne has a story where he talks about recording, I guess it was a mixtape or something like that when he's locked up, and that the whole like cell, you know, like the block or whatever, they would be quiet. Like they would be like, "Yo, be quiet, he's recording," and he would pretty much punch in his vocals or whatever, and then somebody else would handle it. So I mean, there's a way.
Yes,
so there's a way.
Yes.
There's a way. Yeah, it's that. Trust me, when you got enough money, you can find a way.
Oh yeah,
it's interesting. I don't
and
have.
The deputy sheriff says, "Oh, yeah, brother, you have enough money.
Yeah,
I can help you out."
Yeah, for real.
Exactly. Yeah, I got you. I got you.
Well, speaking of jail, I don't know if you guys heard this or not, but PNP, the rapper who was shot by a 17-year-old. He's saying now, well, the judge is saying now he's incompetent to stand trial. Come on now.
Really?
Yes. Like you shot this man, you allegedly shot this man, and you killed this man, and now you say you incompetent and you can't stand trial. Come on, y'all.
That's a good.
This makes no sense.
That's a lawyer right there.
That's crazy.
That's a lawyer.
Absolutely.
That is a lawyer.
Crazy. You do the time. You do the crime. You got to do the time. You know. That's crazy. I don't know if y'all heard about that or not. But
No,
yeah.
Wow.
That's crazy.
So he's not going to stand trial at all.
Well, as of now, he's not.
Okay.
Yeah, as of now, he's not. But
Son.
it's crazy, man. It's just crazy. I don't get it.
I think sometimes we need to do a little more research into people's past, because isn't it kind of curious sometimes that when I get caught, all of a sudden I'm a little crazy? But I ain't been crazy before.
Right.
I'm crazy now. I wasn't crazy then, but I'm crazy now. Like right now.
It's just crazy.
Not back then, but right now,
Right.
man, I'm crazy.
Right.
It makes no sense at all.
If it keeps me out of jail, man, I'm crazier than a loon.
Yeah.
Well, speaking of crazy, here's a good one for y'all. This is some food tea. And I don't know if you guys been to Turkey Leg Hut before back in the day. I'm not even sure if they're open.
Right.
You ain't never heard of Turkey Leg?
No, come on, help me out.
You
I
ain't
know.
never heard of Turkey Leg Hut?
Every once in a while, I have to renew my black card. I'm sorry.
Okay, well, it's in Houston, and well, it was the husband and wife. They started out, in a truck, and then they got a place there in Houston. So a lot of things went down. They got a divorce. And she's saying now that Turkey Leg Hut belongs to her, and he's doing these pop-ups, and she's going in on him on social media, and he's going in on her. It's a big mess. I mean, it is crazy. So it's like people are saying, well, where do I go? Which one do I
Right, which one do I go to?
Yeah, it's a Creole restaurant over there in Houston.
Third Ward, right?
Yep.
Is it
Third
still
Ward.
there, though? Because they had like a little fire or something?
Yeah. And then you also had the co-founder go to jail over the fight back in February. So, but if that's where, that's sometimes that'd be the best food.
Yeah.
How about those places that people be in line, and in line sometimes people get agitated, and if something happens, but as soon as all that clears and the police tape is taken down, the line be back.
Yeah, it does.
Because the food that good.
What was the place, man? What's the rapper? I think it's PNB Rock. I was just came up on TikTok last night. It was like some of the before and the after when a person gets taken out.
That's when everybody goes.
They going right back.
So like,
it was open the next day.
Sort of like the Lee guy. What's his name when he goes to the restaurants and eat?
Keith Lee.
Yeah, Keith Lee. Yeah. Keith Lee show up. It's on.
Yeah.
What is the deal with that, man?
It's social media popular.
I guess.
But I like that about him. Because he helps a lot of people.
Yes,
right.
he
Helps a lot of people. I like that.
Which is cool, and I think he should. I guess here's the thing. Excuse me. Sorry. With all due respect to Keith, I'm glad he's doing his thing. Make your money, do your thing. But I think for me, I would if unless a restaurant is just complete trash, I would rather go and see it myself or taste it myself. You know what I'm saying? And I'm glad but it's like this brother, man. I saw some posts. Some folks said, "Oh my God, Keith Lee is coming to our restaurant," and they just freaking, absolutely freaking out. It's like you're not gonna close after Keith Lee steps out the door.
But it's happened though. It's shown times where when your people aren't on on point.
Right.
When you're like, let's say, so there was and I don't know the place, but it was a restaurant, and he shows up, and I don't remember if he showed up on an off day and they were actually closed, or if they were just tired, whatever it was, but it was a situation where the customer service wasn't the best. And so because the customer service wasn't the best, that's already one strike against him, right? Because what he does, he goes in, he's not just evaluating the food, he's also talking a little bit about the customer service, the layout, the look, this and that and the third, and whatever else maybe catches his eye. And so it's just a food critic. And if you ever dealt with like people that had restaurants and say mom and pop, and they have a big time food critic going to show up, they want to make sure everything's on point because they know that this critic's newspaper article could make or break their career.
That's true.
In this case here, and it's been shown, he has shown up to places, and then like their boost in revenue and sales is like tenfold. It's it's like literally as empty as we are right now in this studio, to where it's a line around the block and some.
And to his credit, he only goes to mom and pop shops.
Yes, he does.
Okay.
So people that could use it. So Aunt Hattie and them, that's got that little spot over in the corner, he'll go to that spot, and then that spot will be popping. So there are people that are ready to shut down because the dream ain't dreaming.
Sure.
But after he comes through and he says his catchphrase, "I got it. Let's eat it," and then rate it 1 through 10.
Right. He's honest.
Do they stay open? Have any of them ever closed after he come? Or do they?
So there have been places that haven't necessarily closed, but when he had a negative review of them, their service tanked. And I'm not going to say that they tanked to where they never came back, because I'd have to follow up and find out. But there have been places. One of the places I was describing, the people, they didn't know who he was, which is one, that's stupid. It's like us working at a restaurant. We're not looking at TikTok 24/7 because we're working.
Right.
But they didn't treat, and I think the story was he didn't walk in, his wife went in. And so his wife isn't as recognizable as he is. Right. So she goes in there, doesn't get good service. They say, you can't do this. They kept giving a bunch of things, like try to call, you can't make a reservation, you can't do this, you can't do that. And so then he goes on there and he doesn't give a scathing review, but it's not the best thing. And when I tell y'all the internet picks up and they drag people, Black Twitter, right? Black TikTok. We drag people really quickly. And they said, what, you're going to do this to Keith Lee? BET Awards, just on a similar vein. Tiffany Haddish didn't recognize him, supposedly. Supposedly she didn't recognize him. I don't know the ends of it.
Right.
But she, I think, misnamed him or something like that. And everybody came for Tiffany Haddish. Then it flipped, and then people were like, well, Keith Lee wasn't grateful or whatever, but she gave him a rose but called him the wrong name.
Was it Tiffany or was it
Taraji.
Thank you. Oh, thank you for clearing it up.
No, you good.
Taraji P. Henson goes up, and I guess and I didn't see this. I just saw the aftermath.
Right.
But people were that strongly opposed to that whole thing, and they're like, well, you're not grateful to Taraji, blah blah blah. And he's like, well, that wasn't me. Like she gave me somebody else's stuff. And then suppose he comes back and says he was seated in the wrong, he was either in the wrong seat or he got there late or something. But there's all these different accounts or whatever. But he has a movement, and it's just a movement. It's a movement right now. He has the eyes, he has the heat, and anytime he does something, he moves, people are like, oh, if he likes it, we down for it.
Right.
You know, so.
Right. Yeah, he's got the heat on him.
He got the heat right now.
I need him to start critiquing these YouTube channels and come to mine and build mine.
That's right. Keith Lee, come help out PT with the tea. Drop by.
Through, Keith.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. All right, we're almost up to break. Give us a little something else, PT.
Yeah, let's talk about Simone Biles. First of all, congratulations to Simone Biles.
Black excellence.
But it's, I got to pull the tea.
Come on.
Why are y'all criticizing this woman about her hair?
She's
at the Olympics. Come on now, let the woman do her thing. Are y'all crazy?
I saw that.
We've been doing this for a very long time, and it's going to continue.
Yeah.
This is what we do, right? Crabs in a bucket.
Yeah. Wait, who's doing that? Well, first of all, I know I poured the tea, but who's doing this? Is it us or
it's
us?
It's us.
I can see us doing that.
Becky don't care.
No.
Becky don't care about the hair.
No.
It's us.
You're right.
Well, I'm looking at your picture, baby. You are beautiful.
Yeah.
We love you, Simone.
Yeah, we love you.
And
she got to go, right? I think she got to go.
Yeah, she got to go. Yeah, she did. And them legs, though. Oh my! I had to stop. I was watching. I was like, why am I? Why my eyes? Man, I'm telling you, why my eyes keep going to her legs?
Is she married?
Yes,
I think she is. Yeah,
NFL husband.
Don't tell her husband I was looking at her.
Plays for the Bears now.
Does he really?
And they about to have a big year. So he used to be with Green Bay. I got some problems with that because every time she would come and watch the Green Bay game, why they had her outside in the the place is literally called the Frozen Tundra. Now, when y'all see Taylor Swift, she up in. You know what I'm saying? Green Bay, you failed. You failed. Don't have her out in those elements.
Oh man!
And Chicago, y'all better do it right.
Oh, you definitely got to better do it in Chicago.
It's about to be a lot of light on them. They got the #1 pick. Remember Caleb Williams, the kid out of USC. They brought in some talent on the offensive side, so he got some bangers to throw to. So it's about to be a lot of shine on Chicago. And now the greatest of all time, fresh off of her gold medal, is going to be on the sidelines. Chicago, y'all better get this right.
They're going to have that camera. They're going to cut the camera to her
every time
play. Every time.
Or y'all better keep making statements to let them know, hey, we offered her the suite. She want to be outside with the fans. But y'all better you got to clear your name. Make sure it's known. And then still always like bless her section. Whatever section she's at, wherever she's standing, bless those people. Like, all right, you ain't in the booth, but we going to bring a heater down here to y'all. Or at halftime, we going to make sure all y'all get some free drinks.
Come on
like
now.
If I was a business, I would do that. I would bless her section because somebody's always going to be looking. That camera's always going to be on her.
Exactly. Well, I'm really glad for her, man. And I know there's some folks talking about her hair, but you know what, man?
Isn't that crazy?
Oh yeah, it is. But we look for the negative. We don't focus on the positive. We look for the negative. We like, oh wait, let me fix your hair.
She won, but why ain't her hair done? Come on, man.
She said, y'all worried about my flyaways. I'm worried about flying away.
Come on,
I think she sprung her ankle or something. And she still
she had to tape her ankle up with some kind of, I don't know, this like skin tight tape that they had, to make sure it stayed in place. And she not only killed it, she killed it, bagged it up, and threw it in the ocean. She was done.
Y'all seen the spin move? The spin move on the what is? I don't even know what that thing is called.
The balance beam.
The balance beam. Man. She did a spin move on the balance beam.
Texas.
Yeah,
she is.
Spring, Texas.
Yep, Spring, Texas.
And she gives back. She's got a club. She's got a studio that she opened over there, and she for the kids. She's helping the next generation, and it is diverse. I'm saying it don't look like just one type in there. There's all types up in there. So she is doing.
Y'all lay off her hair. Leave her hair alone.
Leave her hair alone, man. Let her do. Let
y'all don't give back to nothing.
Don't give back to nothing, man. She ain't worried about her head off to doing flips.
Her hair was hairing, so leave her hair alone.
You think about it, when she's on the sidelines, when she makes her publicity events, it's tight then. But in the middle of a workout, man, ain't nobody got time for that.
Ain't nobody got time for that. We ain't got time for that at all. All right, y'all, we're going to take a break, come back, and we got PT with the T. Dab Dub, Simply Courtney. This is the Morning Grind. We're going to be talking to the folks at the Mexic-Arte Museum coming up a little after 9 o'clock. ZI, one of my favorite joints from the Queen, Lauryn Hill. Definitely the stuff, man.
That is the perfect breakup song.
The perfect breakup song?
Man, you just lost one. As a matter of fact, boom, play that for you.
I thought it was I Will Always Love You by Whitney Houston. Apparently, I was wrong.
Hey, I'm just need you to know. You let me walk out that door, you just lost one.
Yeah, no, I will. Yeah, you didn't know there was a breakup song, did you?
No, but I would never want somebody to play that for me.
You sure that ain't the song you want to get rescued to? I want somebody to carry me out of the fire.
Play Whitney Houston, I Will Always Love You.
That's a breakup song, bro.
As I'm packing my stuff?
Yeah, that's a breakup.
To the left, to the left.
That's
that hurt. But the Whitney Houston song, I don't have words, but I just like flashed back on that.
Yeah, so I'm gonna drop you a Jabari gem. Okay, so I used to when I was doing a wedding, I was DJing weddings, and I actually had somebody ask me to play that song at their wedding, right? And I said, okay, wait a minute, that's something about that just doesn't seem right. I mean, it's a beautiful song, right? And then I'm starting to one of my friends who lives in New Jersey. His name is Mike Walter. He's got a real big business, right, doing weddings. And he had made a post about that on Facebook, and he says the #1 song you should never play at a wedding is "I Will Always Love You" by Whitney Houston.
Don't play that for me.
Because it's a breakup song.
Let me help you with the lyrics. If I should stay, I would only be in your way. So I'll go. But I know I'll think of you every step of the way. That's how it starts.
Yes, sir.
But we missed that. because it's
Ain't
Whitney.
nothing cute about
That's
that.
when you know you a good singer.
The more you know.
Okay.
Ding! They ain't even listening. They listening, but they ain't
I've
listening.
been listening to the song. I ain't even thought about that.
Oh, I thought you.
Yeah.
Okay, well,
You
hey,
play that for me if you want to. I'm burning this thing down.
you were today days old.
Yeah.
When you learn.
Ouch.
Yes, sir. Yeah.
Bittersweet.
Emotional
memories.
damage. That. Don't play that.
So
Man,
goodbye. Please don't cry. We both know I'm not what you need.
But she was singing her thing on
Yeah.
with that one.
Yeah, man. Yeah. She was down there.
But I'll always love you.
No, you won't. No, you won't.
I
Cap.
hope life treats you kind.
I'm gonna talk like my kids. Stop the cap. Not singing a song like that to me.
Capping.
The top of your voice. Now the neighbors done heard. Now I'm crying. I got an audience. No.
I know it's real, ain't it? It's
I'm
so
just
real.
leaving my stuff. I'm just gonna get.
Well, that's what she said. She said bittersweet memories. That's all I'm taking with me.
Right. Yeah, exactly. All
I don't
right,
want
fellas. We got
nothing.
it. Let's get to the interview because we got a guest. They
Let's
waiting
do
on
it.
us. They
Let's
waiting
do
on us.
it.
We sitting up here talking about sad Whitney Houston songs.
You right. You right. We got happy people to talk to.
Exactly. Yeah, we got happy stuff
All
to
right,
talk to.
fair.
All right. So we've got one of the representatives from one of the most historic places in Austin, Texas, the Mexic-Arte Museum. I've heard about Mexic-Arte all my life, man.
Yeah.
A beautiful place. So Mexic-Arte Museum and Downtown Austin Alliance getting together for a very, very special event on August the 3rd. And I believe we have Caitlin on the phone. I believe so. Hey, Caitlin, how you doing?
I'm doing good. Happy to be here. How are you guys?
Thank you.
We're
Thank
doing
you.
good.
Thanks for being here. We're doing good. We're just sitting up here talking about sad Whitney Houston songs and
Yeah.
all kind of madness going on through the industry. We got my man PT with the Tea, dropping the tea on all the crazy stuff going on in the industry. And but we're having a good time. Thank you for joining us. We appreciate it.
Of course, yeah.
All right, so tell us a little bit about this event that's happening. Well, first of all, let's talk about Mexic-Arte Museum. Let's talk about, because it's a very historic place.
Yeah, for sure. So Mexic-Arte has been around since 1984, and it was started by a group of artists who really wanted to bring community to Austin and give a space for emerging Latin American artists to display their work. Because that's one thing that the museum is really focused on, is being accessible to everyone. I think that's one of the main pillars of the museum, accessibility and education. And so that's something that we really strive in all of our programs now, to bring art to students, children, and everyone through really accessible prices for our exhibits. We invite the community to participate very frequently. And now our current mission is to work on the 5th Street corridor and engaging that area and trying to bring out the historical value and bring that to the community to really make sure that everyone's been kind of aware and learning about it consistently. And so that's kind of why we've partnered with Downtown Austin Alliance. They help to manage Republic Square Park. And so we have so much history that's actually tied to that park. The original site of Mexic-Arte was just catty corner. And so the people of Mexic-Arte used to hang out at the park. And so this is kind of bringing it full circle that we're able to come back to the park and activate that space again.
Now, this is one of several parks. I think Republic Square is one of several parks. Very, very important to the Mexican American and Mexican communities. Tell us about that.
Yeah, absolutely. So the Austin Chili Factory was actually the first site of Mexic-Arte Museum. We took over shortly after. And a lot of the people who were at the chili park were Mexican-American workers, and they actually kind of nicknamed the park Mexican Park because that's where they would all hang out after their shifts, or they would have their children wait and kind of gather and play together. And so then to bring an art museum to that space and treat it the same way kind of just helped to build on that legacy. And now we're just, again, super excited to come back and continue that legacy on. So that's kind of just some of the history behind Mexic-Arte there, as well as some of the Mexican Americans in Austin.
Nice. Now you got a very, very wonderful family-friendly event that's happening this on August the 3rd from 10 to 12 at Republic Square Park, and there's going to be an unveiling of outdoor banners. I saw those. Those are really, really cool, and each one of them is very distinct. Tell me about that.
Yes. So the banner project, again, that's something that we partnered with Downtown Austin Alliance on. We have been working with an artist, Claudia Aparicio, and she has made 7 historical banners starting from prehistoric times all the way up to current times. So it starts with some of the dinosaurs and some of the bones that have been recovered at Republic Square Park. So we've got some imagery of what scene would have looked like, kind of just from an artistic perspective. And then that goes on to some of the things that were happening in the 1800s, colonial times, all the way up to, again, what it looks like now in the 2000s and 2000s. And so the event that we're having this weekend is really just a celebration of history and bringing us all together to be a community and celebrate. It's also Austin's birthday, I think tomorrow, I believe. And so that's another kind of thing that we're trying to play on, is come out and celebrate with us, because we're all so happy to be here in Austin. So yeah, family-friendly event. We also have a coloring book that is in tandem with the banners. And so it's just black and white versions of that. We're getting those free at the event as well as across the city of Austin, so families can come through and do some art activities with their children as well.
Yeah, I was just going to ask you. I saw the coloring book was mentioned, so that's going to be pretty cool. It's definitely an important thing, and since it is a family-friendly event, I hope you guys can definitely make it there. If you would give us the address and where everything's going to take place.
Yes, so it's going to be at Republic Square Park. The address is 422 Guadalupe Street. There's a couple events that are going on in the park that day, so we will be closer to Rosie's Bagels.
Okay, sounds good. Sounds good. And I would probably encourage people to come to Mexic-Arte if for some reason they can't make it this coming August the 3rd, to come and see the museum. You know, just be a part of it. What would you say if I wanted to invite anyone who's never been there and say you need to come see this? What would you tell them?
I would tell them that there's no place like it in Austin. It truly is so special to so many people. Our current exhibition is called Creating Encuentros, Changarito 2012 to 2024. And so what we do is, with the Changarito program, we invite 12 artists every year to come and display their art at Mexic-Arte, and we actually give them a chance to sell their art. And so what we've done is we've built a collection based off of these artists. And so a lot of them are local, some are international, but it's a really amazing entry point to art. And you'll find that all of the staff are super passionate. You can ask us questions, bring your family, bring your friends. Everyone really enjoys the museum, and we would love to have as many people as possible to support.
Sounds good. We're going to come up there in a bunch of KZI shirts and just say hello to you. I think that'd be pretty cool. Fellas, if you have any questions for Caitlin, please.
I wanted to let people know, moving here, a lot of people may not know that the Mexic-Arte Museum is such a pillar to the community. I'll drop a couple things. So it's not just for Mexicanos. I mean, she mentioned, but Latinos and Latin American culture is all touched there. They get 75,000 visitors annually, and 50% of them are people of color. Nice. And the largest and longest running Day of the Dead parade, which started in '84, Dia de los Muertos celebration in all of Texas. Again, Mexic-Arte Museum. I just wanted people to know, if you want to enjoy the Taste of Mexico Festival, like, these are some of the things that you can get to be a part of if you were to go out to the Mexic-Arte Museum.
I love it. And I drive by there. I'm downtown fairly often, and I always see y'all have different artists that are doing murals, I guess, on the wall that's next to the building, right?
Yeah, that's part of our Metamudo program. So we change out the murals probably every 3 months or so. Yeah. We always invite new artists to come through and just activate that wall, and that gives them not only a really good platform, because there's thousands of people that pass through there constantly, because it's right on the 5th Street side. Yep. And that's something that we love to do. We actually have a program that we kind of work in tandem with that in schools, where we actually give children the opportunity to paint murals at their place of education with some of our teaching artists.
Nice. I almost always cause a wreck whenever I see a new one going up, because I'm always like looking to the right of me as I'm driving down the road. I'm like, ooh, what are they making? And then somebody honks their horn at me. Get out the road. I'm like, sorry. It's art. I like it. Well, thank you for what you do, and keep on doing what you do. And shout out to all the staff over there, too, and the artists, too, because this is something that is keeping Austin weird, but keeping Austin colorful and amazing and vibrant at the same time.
Caitlin Zaldana, everyone. She's a special events and marketing coordinator. Or
round of applause.
She's the heifer. She runs it all. Like, she's the boss. My words, Caitlin. I don't want to get you in trouble. My words.
Thank you guys so much.
Sure thing. Give us the information one more time, and also your social media where people can find you.
Yeah, absolutely. So on social media, Instagram and Facebook, we are Mexic_Arte, MEXIC-ARTE. And for the event on Saturday, it'll be at Republic Square Park, 422 Guadalupe Street, the corner of 5th and Guad. And there will be cupcakes, aguas frescas, mañanitas, mariachis, a few dancers, as well as the banner ribbon cutting. And we will have a proclamation that's also being read declaring this the official ribbon celebration day for the banner project.
Nice, nice. Caitlin, thank you so much for joining KAZI in the Morning Grind. We certainly appreciate it.
Of course. Thank you guys so much.
Thank you, and the best of luck to you for this weekend. All right, y'all, more coming up on the Morning Grind on 88.7 FM KAZI. That is the new one, hot off the press from the group Cult Jam. If you remember Lisa and Cult Jam, and of course we had Mike Hughes from Cult Jam stopping by with his vampire self. We were giving Mike a hard time, PT, because Mike is, of course, been around since the 80s.
He's immortal.
And he just like Courtney said, he just hit pause on life, and it's just they're still still in great shape, still outperforming, wants to perform, wants to keep himself physically ready to handle all that, to handle the music business as it is now. Because it's a whole different ball game. So, but PT with the T is joining us once again. Happy belated birthday with your 21-year-old, 25-year-old self.
Finally, PT could go buy a drink.
Exactly. Yeah.
I was going to tell y'all. I know y'all probably don't remember. Then you might remember. The very first time I came on here, I had just got out of the hospital.
Yeah,
I remember that.
I remember that.
Yeah, man. So I really appreciate you guys and having me back, and I'm really enjoying myself here at KZI.
Thank you. And then you missed a hurricane. So why is it we keep having emergencies that get coming through?
I don't know.
We're glad to have you. Drop some OT on us, man.
Well, you guys remember the situation that happened with is it Terrell or Terrell Davis? Terrell Davis. He was on the plane, on the United plane. They kicked him off, and they was like, "Why y'all?" His wife's like, "Why y'all kicking me off?" You know the situation. He over there nodding his head. Well, the flight attendant who did that to him has been fired.
Okay.
Round of applause.
So I know you know the T because he over there nodding your head.
Yeah. So United Airlines. United Airlines is the airline, and sometimes it takes this type of stuff to happen for others to realize what exactly is going on, because sometimes people will say, well, I don't know, that doesn't happen to me. I don't get that. But then it happens to someone that is worldwide recognizable. They don't care if it happens to you, Johnny down the block, but when they see it happens to that guy, then they realize. So no longer employed, and his no-fly ban is lifted, because that's the other thing is they tighten you up after you get kicked off a flight. You get on that blotter.
Yeah. It's like,
it's been lifted because they realize, sorry, brother.
Yeah, and he needs to fly for free for a year.
There you go.
That's crazy.
If they're smart.
Yeah.
And I throw them in a couple of little commercials too if I was them.
There you go.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah.
Here at United, we love our passengers.
Just for good measure.
Okay.
Yes, no doubt.
Oh my God. Yeah.
Yep.
So now, Chad Dillon, I know you guys may not know who he is. Well, he was murdered actually in Atlanta, Georgia last week. Allegedly, they said because of unpaid debts. He's a big time.
Is the restaurant owner?
Restaurant owner.
I heard about that.
And he was in his Rolls Royce, and they shot him in broad daylight.
Wow.
He was getting ready to open too, because the restaurant hadn't opened just yet, right?
No, he had.
I thought he had a new one.
Two restaurants. He had a restaurant with Little Baby.
Little Babies, yeah. He's co-owner of Little Babies.
And then he had another restaurant called the Seafood Boiler or something like that.
Seafood Menu.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So this one was getting ready to open, and he gets killed out in front, right, or something like that.
Yeah.
And they're saying, the person that shot him and killed him in broad daylight, they said they didn't take anything from him, so they said it had to be allegedly behind the death.
Really?
That's crazy.
See, that's sad, man.
And he helped, and he did. Even though that happened to him, he helped a lot of people. He gave out money and stuff to people who were incarcerated before they got out.
Right.
Yeah, and helped them and stuff. So it's just an unfortunate
years young
thing.
too.
Dang.
Just an unfortunate thing.
Come on, son.
Horrible.
Really?
That's what we do.
That's what we do, dude.
That's what we doing now.
Come on.
Yeah.
His business made $8 million last year.
Wow. Wow.
I wonder who's gonna take over his business now. You know what I mean?
I don't, man. I'm not sure if I'd even want to. I mean, to being in that kind of position, because you still got to pay the debts back, and then you've got to deal with this. Did they ever find out who did it?
Last I checked, no.
They're still looking for him. Oh my!
I know somebody had made a post. They made this a TikTok situation where somebody was like, one of the things you got to do as soon as they said secure the bag or whatever, which I don't 110% agree with, but I do agree with moving with caution. Is like as soon as you get big time, you need to get away from your homies that haven't either made it or that are still in the streets or whatever it is, because a lot of times when you try to leave that life alone or when you try to move on, those are the ones that try to hold you back because they still want to keep you as who you were when it's who you are now. And I don't agree with necessarily moving away.
Yeah.
I do agree with moving with caution. We looked at Young Dolph. We look at a few other guys that are in their neighborhoods, and they should be safe. You should be safe. You shouldn't have to have
Nipsey Hussle.
Nipsey Hussle, very great example.
Nipsey Hussle, PNB Rock.
Yep, you should be able to be
XXX.
safe if you're comfortable.
Yeah.
And that question comes up again and again. When is it time to go? When is it time to step away? And like, well, man, you ain't never around no more. And it's like, I'm keeping myself safe,
Yeah.
So that's a very unfortunate situation.
There's always haters.
Too many of those, though.
I mean, look, this is a community radio station. We volunteer to come here.
Yeah.
And yet there are people out there who don't like us.
Yeah.
You right?
What?
Yeah.
There are people in here that don't like me,
Man,
so I
that's
don't
for
care.
free. You literally
Do not
literally
care.
can turn your dial to get away from us. But he did partner with Lil Baby.
Right.
So Lil Baby acknowledged this on his social media, the
he
death. And so you were saying who could carry on? I mean, technically, that's a big enough name to carry on. I don't know I don't know if Lil Baby wants to $8 million. I mean, that's a cash cow. I don't know if you really want to close that
Pretty sure
down.
I'll figure
Especially
something
coming
out.
off of this might actually enhance.
Oh, it will.
A little celebratory, little fodder for the remainder of the year.
Yeah.
In R.I.P.
financial side.
In memory of. You can have some in memory of events because their grand opening, if y'all remember, they have celebrities from all over.
It's Atlanta, bro.
Yes,
it's Atlanta.
So
People coming in.
I hope they don't close it down.
Yeah, I know. Ice-T had said he had said something about it. Somebody was asking him. He was on a podcast, and Ice-T, of course, grew up in L.A. And they were asking him like, do you ever go back? And he's like, nah, man, I don't go back. I am in a different place now. I'm older. Some of these young cats who want to just who want to test themselves and put him in a bad position and he's like, nah, man, I know LA, done LA, done parts of LA. I'm out of there.
They have this
don't
term.
blame it.
They have this term they've been using all over social media. It's YNSs. Y'all, if you catch the acronym, is Young Negroes. There we go. But
the
ninjas.
Young
Oh, I
ninjas.
like that. But yeah, they talk about crashing out and all that. How like the joke is, no matter what you do, they're just gonna get mad. And so it's like, I was going to the store, then a bunch of Quando Rondos walk in with what do you call it, ski mask and black Air Forces, and I just want to live, Lord, please protect me. And you walk out, but it's just you look at that stuff, and these guys don't value anything.
No,
there's no fear to them. There's this horrible, I don't know what the term is, but it's when you have that thing on you, and all of a sudden you got this confidence to you now. You have all of this, and it was like, yo, that dude didn't purposely disrespect you. He said, excuse me, because you were in the way. But now you're going to try to air this place out because you can. I got that thing on me. I got the switch on me, whatever, So a lot of that, what Ice-T said, reigns true because people will try to get a name off you.
Yeah, they do.
Julio Fulio over in Jacksonville, out of, I think he's out of Tampa, wherever he's from, talking about his birthday, but a lot of what he did was talking about a lot of glorification of negative stuff. So then the negative stuff came to him on his side, and it's always that eye for an eye. And I heard a very, very a wonderful quote, sad but wonderful: "An eye for eye leaves us all blind."
Facts.
And that's what we have a lot going
Facts.
on with our YNs of this getting, whether it's Chirac or it's Florida or it's LA.
Right.
The list goes on and on. It's people saying, well, they disrespecting my people, so I'm disrespecting their people. And at some point, somebody has to move away. Somebody has to be the bigger person. I know they're trying to do ceasefires. I think I just saw something in Killeen. They're trying to do a ceasefire rally thing. There's all of this stuff going on. And it's been like they said, the YNs have taken over the summer, you know?
Yeah. And the thing about it, and I always say this, is that we all as black folks and as brown folks, you know, anyone who's against racism, we all have a common enemy, and the common enemy is racism. And we're going to be stronger if we have more soldiers on the field than in the ground.
Come on now.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah. I understand, you know, wanting to deal with this, wanting to, you know, show this person what you're doing, but it's a split-second decision that is going to change your life. It's going to change the life of somebody else. You're going to leave somebody without a father or a mother, somebody who wants an opportunity to take care of themselves or take care of their families. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And a split-second decision behind something material that somebody else in a major corporation is going to make, and you want it, and you're going to take somebody out for it, is you know, at some point you're going to regret it. It may sound corny, but you're going to regret it. Promise.
The one that makes me mad so much is so many people talk trash, and this is me letting my inner YN show for a second. George Zimmerman walking around chilling.
Thank you.
Yep.
Y'all just coming after everybody else, but George Zimmerman, who y'all supposedly was mad at,
always
he just
say
chilling.
Look,
signing books.
I'm a veteran.
Signing Skittles and Arizona teas. I'm done.
I never respect young ninjas who are tough, bad boys, when you pushing up on people that, one, don't have a strap like you.
That part.
Clearly are already afraid of you.
That part.
But ain't none of y'all pressed to Zimmerman.
Nope.
Ain't none of y'all pressed. I don't see y'all going and letting hot lead fly at Ku Klux Klan rallies.
And then
by the way, if you really want to do the tough stuff, some of us walking around with PTSD, like Jaboy, who go off to other places and do things, you can come and sign up, and you can go do all you want. You can go capping every single day if you like, but you don't.
Listen,
because you're scared yourself. And I will say that to their face. I'm telling you, this is what I'm talking about. If you're tough, be tough. But that ain't tough. Pushing around people that are scared of you, that you hold influence over. Nah.
Exactly.
Boy,
exactly.
he put it out there for y'all.
Yeah, he did.
Hey, them's the facts right there. That last part. Hey, let me give you something, man.
Yeah, man.
That last part, brother. You said it. Oh, what he say? He said the quiet part out loud. He said the quiet part out loud, because they always want to talk about, I'm gonna let that thing spray. Homie, we got a place for you.
Yeah,
in the army where you can sell the 7 C's in the army.
You good? If you good, we'll pay you extra.
G.I. Joe butt out of here.
We call them operators.
Exactly.
We can put you in situations where, brother, you can live out the little action adventure movie lifestyle all you want.
Sure you can.
And they need, I will say this, they need people of color.
Exactly.
Because the people who are doing it, it's less than 3% of them look like us.
Yeah, I bet. They not like us.
Nah.
They not like us.
But they're looking for diversity, though.
Oh, I'm sure. Yeah, they want DEI then,
they would
for real.
love. They
This
would
is what I should have been
love.
recording and posting. This is the thing that needs to go viral.
Yeah.
Yo, man, I'm about that life. Oh, you are, young man.
Yes.
How many push-ups can you do in 60 minutes?
Exactly.
Always taking off your shirt.
Yeah.
Clearly always trying to tell us how swole you are.
Perfect. You're like, it's like you were like ready for this all along.
Sure. All right, let's get a couple more minutes with PT, and then we got to make room for the professor of the old school, the academic advisor to the new. He's coming up at 10 o'clock, but a little bit more from PT with the T, and then we get out.
Well, I don't know if you guys heard about this, but my good friend Lunel, the comedian, the original bad girl of comedy. Well, you know, her ex-husband passed away.
Yeah,
and you know, so we want to send some prayers out for her. But she's doing her thing. You know, she's in Vegas, and you can go check her out on every Sunday and Monday in Vegas. And she's doing her thing now. You know, her ex-husband had been sick like a really, really long time. And a lot of people didn't even know that they had been together for quite some time. And she, been there with him. And now, he's resting in peace. So we want to shout out to Lunel. Hopefully she's listening this morning.
Oh, that would be cool. Shout out to Lunel.
Yes.
Shout out to Lunel. Boy, man. She did this movie.
She is a riot.
She is, man. I said she did this movie with Kevin Hart. and I forgot who else was in it. And it was a scene with her and Kevin Hart, and she was checking some young boy because he was acting a fool. And I swear I've probably watched it on YouTube at least 50, 11 times. I swear.
She checked me one time. We was in we was in New York in a funny way. We were in New York. This is a true story. It's on my Instagram. And I said, hey, y'all, I was recording and everything. I said, hey, y'all, the limousines come to pick us up. She said, no, the limousines come to pick me up.
You know,
she was just joking. Yeah.
Oh, my goodness.
She will check you, though. She will.
Oh, yeah. No, I ain't saying nothing bad about or to Lunel at all. I know. Well, ladies and gentlemen, that is it. We're going to wrap up the morning grind. Want to thank PT with the Tea for coming by, and happy belated to you. What you going to do, man?
I'm going to come back and celebrate with y'all at the Summer Fest.
Oh, yes. Summer.
And I got to do some shout-outs, if you don't mind.
Yes, sir. Go ahead.
I definitely want to shout out, first of all, to the board here and Jabari and all you guys here. Thank y'all for having me. And everybody who's listening to me, that's listening to the station this morning, I need you to donate to the station.
Yes.
I need the money. We need the money here. Okay,
yes,
so
sir.
Donate to the station. Shout out to the Johnsons, the Fletchers, the Nylans, the Dumases, all my family out there. Shout out to all of y'all. And also, you can catch me on my YouTube channel, which is called PT's Point of View.
Yes, sir. That's also your Instagram's PT's Point of View as well, right?
Yes, my Instagram is the same. Yeah.
Very cool.
It's a good follow. I've gone to his YouTube channel, and it's a lot of fun. And people are willing. When he asks them questions, they are willing.
I ain't got where I want to get. I'm trying to get there.
It's a good look.
I'm trying to get there. I'm gonna have you guys. Actually, I want to have you guys on my show.
Let's do it.
But we'll talk about that.
I would love that. That would absolutely love that. Yes, he is. He's gonna be the Keith Lee of dropping the Tea coming up in about a year or two. There, you know what I'm saying?
Bring it out.
That's gonna be a good problem to have, though.
I'm believing it.
That's gonna be a good problem to have. Well, thanks for coming by, my brother.
You guys for giving me that opportunity to come here.
Thank you.
Thank you. Coming back.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. All right, y'all. That is it. Thank you so much for joining us here on the Morning Grind on 88.7 FM KAZI. The Professor of the Old School is coming up in just a few minutes. And don't forget to check out my on-air roommate, Greg Ricard. He has got Let's Cool One later on tonight, bringing you some straight-ahead jazz and all kinds of good stuff. And don't forget to make a donation, as PT said. Make a donation. Go online to KAZIFM.org. There's a button that says donate now. Yes. And please make a donation to your favorite radio station as well. Just to the right of that, you've got a chance to download the TuneIn app, put it on your mobile device, and you can listen to us anywhere. You can also listen to us from your desktop. There's a Listen Live button. You'll see that. And information on Summer Fest.
Yeah.
Summer Fest.
Y'all know I'm singing, right? I'm singing.
Y'all doing remote out there?
I think so. Yeah, we got to do remote. I think we got to get Jay Hunt to do, like, we got to put that on his to-do list of everything else he does.
Man, that brother, man. How many arms he got? That's why I think I think he is go gadget, Inspector Gadget thing, because he just he takes care of us. He does everything at every time when needed, but I don't know how he pulls it off.
He does. Yeah, somehow, some way it gets